This
you need to.
conference will now be recorded.
You beat me to it. So I'm really excited to be able to talk to you today about impactful posting and creating engagement on social media. So really using your social media to its full advantage to be able to not only stay in contact and stay, connected with your existing consumers and customers and clients, but an opportunity for you to showcase yourself as a brand and to be able to bring in new consumers to your business. So we are going to be talking today about Instagram and about Facebook specifically, as those are the two very popular social media platforms. But please keep in mind that if you have got any type of connecting platform, social media platform, whether it's Instagram or Facebook, even your WhatsApp status can be a social media platform. LinkedIn, there are so many different platforms for us to use. So I really encourage you to take advantage of any type of platform where you can create brand awareness for yourself. And I must say, one that really we don't talk about often enough, that sometimes gets overlooked, but I think is vitally important actually, is our WhatsApp status. Many different, clients, individuals, they perhaps don't have Instagram or they don't have Facebook or they're not on it frequently, but perhaps on WhatsApp, where it says status, it shows that people are posting things. Try that out. Post things about your business, when you're opening, what deals you have, post things on there. And you can also monitor how many people are having a look at your posts. You'll be able to see exactly the names. So anybody that you would have in your contact listing, you would be able to see. But if you do have WhatsApp groups or you have really close relationships with your clients and you do have them on WhatsApp and they've got your number and they've saved it, if they go into their statuses, they'll be able to see you and be able to see what you're posting. So I do encourage you to not forget about that. And often it uses a little bit less data than having to go on a Facebook or go on Instagram. So a lot of people, will browse through the WhatsApp statuses. What are people saying? What are people posting? Uses less data. So that's also another great way to reach out to anybody on your contact list. So what I do kind of want to start us off with is Instagram and Facebook have really, really great insight platforms that you can use to be able to track and monitor, gone blank a little bit there, sorry. You'll be able to go ahead and track and see who's commenting, who's looking, who's watching your posts, and at what time. So that is also really important that we take advantage of that. So you're going to hear me talking a lot about that today. Take advantage, take advantage. We have all of these tools and they are free for us to use. So let's take advantage. So what's really great about Instagram and Facebook is when you create your pages, you are able to track all of the engagement that happens on your platform. So any type of videos, pre-recorded videos, live sessions, and just what we call, static posts that you're talking about your brand or you're talking about products, or you're just posting a picture up, you're able to have a look at how many people have seen it, how many people have liked it. And the reason I'm kind of starting us off with this or throwing us into the deep end here is because you need to use this part of your platform to be able to kind of plan your way ahead. So I do want you to go and have a look and see if you haven't really looked at that before and you do perhaps have a Facebook or Instagram page, go into the insight settings and go and have a look at what is happening on your page. So you are able to see who has recently followed you. You're even able to see how many people have unfollowed you. Now, as hard as that is, if you're seeing really high numbers of people unfollowing you, that means our posts are not engaging, our platform is not inviting enough, and too many people are feeling like what I have to say is not relevant, so they're kind of unfollowing me, they don't enjoy seeing what I'm posting. Okay, so how you would go ahead and find your insights first, if you want to grab your phone and do this with me while you've got your Instagram open. You would go into, let's talk about Instagram first, because I do find that Instagram shares a lot more interesting information. I do battle to find the same kind of information from Facebook, so I thought, Instagram is the popular platform at the moment. Let me showcase that for you today. So you'll see in my first screenshot there, I've got two arrows, and the first one is where it says promotions. And the second arrow is at the top where I've got the little one number with those three lines. Now, the reason I've done it like that is because if you don't offer any promotions on your platform, your insights button will be over there. If you do have promotions on your page, then you would click at the top where it has those three lines. You would click on that and it will say insights. That is the two different ways that you can find the insights button. Okay, so you go ahead and click on that. It's going to then share the next page with you. So my next image there, the next screenshot, talks to content. Then you'll see the next picture talks to activity, and then your next picture talks to audience. So the first one being content, it talks about what I have posted on my page over the last week. So generally it monitors week by week, and it shows you growth or decline from previous weeks in terms of your posting. But what's really great there is that it shows you how many people your post has reached. Now, what's really, really important about that is you can monitor the posts that got the most amount of reaches, and you need to go and have a look now, why was that? You need to go ahead and have a look at what hashtags were used, what was the content all about that you were posting, and when you go and monitor your top kind of posts, do they all talk a very similar story? Because if those are getting far higher reaches, you definitely want to lean more to posts that talk to your higher reach posts. Because obviously, you're going to have a lot more activity on your page, and you're also then going to have a lot more engagement on your page. So that's why content is really important, because it gives you an opportunity there to see which got the most amount of reaches. So how many individuals, how many people saw that post. You can also have a look at likes. So how many people liked the post? Why did more people like this post versus my previous post? And then it can also, you can go into them individually, and you can have a look at individual postings, which got the most amount of likes, which got the most amount of reaches, impressions, etc. So that's important to be able to find a theme as to who or what your audience is liking and kind of going more towards. Then the next screenshot there, that is activity, that talks to how many accounts you reached, how many people saw your post. So there's reach and impressions. So you can then see that on this Instagram page that I've got as an example for you today, we reached 55,000 people, and the impressions were almost 200,000. So that's really, really incredible that in the last week, those are the amount of individuals that have seen the post, they've clicked on the post, they've liked the post, and they've come across it. So whether that is sponsored, whether they were browsing and it kind of came up on their feed. But what's also really interesting there again is that it will show you, was there a climb, also an increase or a decrease over the previous week. Because then you can also start to have a look at, which I'm going to share with you a little bit later, if you create themes around your posting or stories around your posting. So for this week, the theme is breakouts. Next week it's breakouts and sensitivity, and then the next week is just sensitivity. But what's great about that is when you have a story and you've got a theme that you're talking to, you're able to also then monitor how many more accounts you reached, what were the impressions like, how many more people saw your posts, how many, what were the interactions like. So you can then also see, based on the next image, which is your audience, you can also then see the types of posting that they like. What is the theme that they enjoy the most? What are the stories, the products that you're talking about that your audience is really enjoying the most? Now, I'm not saying then if they're not enjoying something, or something doesn't get as many likes or shares or impressions, that you don't post about it. What I am saying is you're not going to then post it as frequently. Or your approach needs to be, what can I do differently that's going to get that topic a little bit higher as well? So you can really have two approaches to it. Either you're going to kind of say, it's not really my target market with my audience, I'm not going to post it as frequently. I'm still going to talk about it, just not as much. And then your next kind of approach to it could be, well, it is still important, but if the reach or the impression is not as much on its own, how do I link that to a topic that is really popular? That way you can really ensure in thorough content, consistency, and you're able to talk about all the brands, all the products as equally as possible. And then probably the last one, which is probably one of the most important insights, is who your audience is. So that's really important when you're kind of looking at what is the region, what is the age category, what is the gender, because that way you also know when I'm posting information, if majority of my audience is in their early 20s or late 20s or early 30s, do I want to necessarily keep posting about a product that's not quite relevant to them? Or, if I look at my audiences in their let's say early 20s, and my theme or my story or the week where I got the most amount of impressions was around breakouts, I need to see how I need to bring those two things together. I can't spend my time talking about Age Smart and, Super Rich Repair, our, most nourishing moisturizer, when everybody else is kind of saying, well, that's not a concern for us yet, right? So that's why it's really important. That's why I put all three of these images together for you, is for you to be able to see individually, content on its own is important, activity on its own is important, your audience on its own is important, but you have to kind of put them all together on one page and have a look at what is the link between all of them. Okay, so did I see such a great climb this week? Because breakouts is really what is a popular topic at the moment, and does my audience match that, and do my posts match that? Okay, so this is really important, that this is kind of your first step when you're going to think about, what does my social media content calendar look like? What does my week ahead look like, which I'm going to share with you in a second. This is kind of your first task that I would love for you to please go ahead and do. So, after our session, or even now while you're busy, please go and have a look at your insights and go and have a look at what is your audience, what activity are they really enjoying, and which posts got the most. Because when you're planning your weeks ahead, you want to play off the posts that did well, the days where you saw the most amount of people active on your page, but then also you're able to have a look at the time. So generally on your account at 7 o'clock at night, that's when you see a lot of activity on your page, a lot of click-throughs, profile viewings. So then okay, if my peak times during the day are 10 o'clock, 1 o'clock, and 4 o'clock, that's the time I should be posting, because that's when the most amount of my audience is online. If it is 6 o'clock at night, if it's 8 o'clock at night, you are absolutely able to schedule your posts that we would have shared with you on previous forums. We would have showcased that to you. You can schedule your posts so that you don't have to be physically online at 8 o'clock at night. There are platforms that you can use that will post it for you. But if you can see your audience is on at that time, and it's specifically a Thursday night at 8 o'clock when you have the highest amount of your followers online, that's when you should be posting. So go and play around, go and investigate, go and have a look at these different sections of your insights, and that's really going to build an incredibly strong foundation for you for now when you want to go ahead and plan, well, what content am I going to post? Because if you've got a strong foundation, you know what your followers are wanting, liking, loving, that's what you're going to want to play off of. So I've got some top tips for you for creating engaging social media content. There are things that we have really implemented ourselves as Gemologica over the last 3-4 months. It's personal as well as what my fellow colleagues in all the regions have been talking about. So in no specific order, I didn't put it in preference, it's really just what came to me. As I was kind of thinking about how do I get you to create engaging social media content. So the first one, which I do believe is the most important, is have original and unique content. So as much as we often see a picture or an image or a diagram on another platform, we want to screenshot it, we want to post it as well, but use a different you want the word to slip out my mind, but your wording at the bottom of your post, your caption, there we go. So make sure that your caption is a little bit different, but try, really be careful of, if you see, if you happen to be on social media and you see the same image popping up, you think, oh, immediately you think it's the same post. So you don't bother reading the caption. So be careful there of taking too many direct replicas of an image that has been shared, even if you're changing the caption, because Instagram is really, really image focused. So that's really what you're scrolling on. And the image is what catches your attention, where you then go ahead and then read the caption. So if you do want to kind of take that as an idea, see where and how you can use different images, but it still talks to what you want to talk about. Even your captions, try and, even if you see another page that has got a fantastic caption, you want to bring it over and you want to even say repost, absolutely go ahead and do that. But be careful of you want to avoid that. You don't want to see all your posts being repost, repost, repost. So try and then look at the wording, but then making it your own. So any type of images that you do see that you like, screenshot it. You can edit them, you can make a nice border for yourself and keep them in a little Gemologica social media file, so that if you do want to go ahead and post something, you don't necessarily have to use the same picture. You might have something similar, but if I'm posting, if it's not the same image, I'm going to stop and have a look and see what it says. The next one is share relevant information. So I really want you to go and have a look at what's trending and what's great on Instagram and Facebook, Twitter, all of these social media platforms. You can go ahead and put in the hashtags, or you can just click at the top where it says trending. You can go ahead and click it and you can see. And you'll see a lot of, you can look for hashtags that are related to skincare that's trending. And that way you can post things that globally people are talking about. So make sure that what you are posting is relevant to what is trending. But I'm going to kind of jump to the bottom point there, and I've spoken a little bit about it earlier as well when I say tell a story. Yes, you want to follow what is trending, but stick true to who you are as a brand. What does your Instagram page look like? What story, what theme are you trying to go for? And that's why I'm saying to you, have social media files for yourself, that if you want to talk about something that is trending, you can still talk about it, but using images that are true to what your story or theme is for that week. The next one there is listen to feedback from your followers. So, put questionnaires out on your Instagram stories. You can ask questions. Do you want to see surveys? Do you want to see polls? Do you want to ask me questions and I can answer them? Do you want to see more lives? Do you want to see more DIYs? Do you want to see staff images? Do you want to see, case study results, whether that's skin, nails, whatever that might be? but put these questions on your platforms, and that way your consumers, your followers are absolutely going to answer you, I promise. People love doing polls where or true or false or yes or no, because that way I want to give my opinion, but I want to see what is everyone else saying as well. So that often, drives a lot of interesting information for you to be able to, base your page off of as well. So what do your followers want to see? So listen to their feedback, and then thank your followers for following, sharing, liking, and commenting on your posts. So don't be afraid to acknowledge them. I've got 1,000 followers, I've got 2,000 followers, or just an appreciation post. Thank you to all our loyal followers for supporting us and, sharing the love. And that's where it really links to my next one, which is don't be afraid of being personal. So let your followers get to know you. And that's where I've really seen, and my colleagues have really seen, when we do live sessions on Instagram or Facebook, that's really an opportunity for the followers to get to know who we are, and they're able to get to know our personalities, but they get to know us. So they feel then like we're building a relationship together. When you have lives and when you have videos and you have people that are constantly commenting, you get to acknowledge them and say, thank you so much, Olga, for commenting and being here with us today. I know you're one of our constant attendees, so I really, really appreciate that. That sort of acknowledgement really helps to build that relationship, and it makes the followers want to keep following you and keep watching what you're posting. Again, I said watch out for the trending hashtags. So again, sticking true to what your theme is for the week, what story are you telling? But when you look at hashtags, often people that want to go and see what is trending, what's happening, they follow specific hashtags. So your hashtag doesn't always have to be necessarily it needs to link to what you're posting about, but you can play around with the hashtags. You can link in lots of different types of hashtags, but make sure that they are relevant to the brand, they're relevant to what you're trying to post, and also just go and do some research on the hashtag that you are going to use. You might think, oh, it's a hashtag and it's really innocent, and when you click on it to go and see what other posts have that type of hashtag, are you okay with your image and your skincare center brand coming up with or around all those other posts? So that's also something that is important. Then monitor your data and your insights. So, while you're sharing this information, at least at the end of every week or the beginning of every week, have a look at what did you do really well last week, what post got the most amount of likes, shares, reaches, and impressions. And then you make your notes on your calendar that you're going to plan for the next week. What do I want to see more? What do my followers want to see more of? When you are posting, try and take original pictures, and that really does show authenticity. Showcase brands that you've got in your business, showcase your therapists, yourself as the business owner. This really does create brand awareness, not only for yourself, but for the brand. So if you hashtag, if you're putting a post together and it's an original picture and people can see it's relevant, it's not a marketing campaign, it's a picture of my product in my store, or here I am, I'm holding it. And you use the hashtags of the different brands. When people go and look for Dermalogica, they will see your picture come up and they're going to say, wow, that picture's really different. Let me click on it. Okay, so this is a store that stocks Dermalogica, or this is a store that does skin treatments, and that's also what I want to have done. Then you go and look into that store, and that's how you bring people into your pages and to your business. Have a look at what the other brands are doing as well. I promise you, as a brand, we are also having a look at what is trending, what is happening around us, what are consumers talking about, what are brands talking about, and we all are pretty much on the same page. We're talking very similar content because we know that at that moment, that's what the consumer wants to see and wants to read, and they want to hear from the professional experts. So Don't be afraid of going and looking at other skincare centers and other brands to get ideas. But like I mentioned right in the beginning, don't forget to be original and unique and create your own theme and color and story. So always tell a story with your posts, with your stories, with your lives. So what is the theme for the week? And you don't literally have to say to your followers, this week we're talking about breakouts. Just start talking a little bit about stress. What effect does stress have on the skin? What do we see when we have stress on the skin? We see breakouts. Let's talk a little, and you can really just roll it. So you don't need to make a whole big thing about announcing and themes and all of that. But if I can see that there is, at the beginning of every week that, Dermalogica is now kind of introducing the theme around interesting information, I want to stay on that page. Every day when I go on, I want to say, oh, let me go and have a look at what Dermalogica said about those breakouts. I wonder when they're going to share product. Say tomorrow, I'm going to be telling you all about the Age Bright Clearing Serum. So make sure that you come on and have a look at what I'm going to be posting. So it creates demand, it creates anticipation. But if you tell a story, you will get the consumer following you and tracking what you're doing because they know they're going to learn about something that they're interested in. So what are some of your next steps? What are some of the things that you're going to be doing so that we can see engaging content on your social media platform? So digital is not going anywhere. I know a lot of us had long-term plans, what are we going to do in a year or 2 years time around digital? And we literally had a week or two to kind of get it in place and run with it. And I think we have all had such phenomenal social media presence that I really please encourage you not to stop that. The best thing that you can do is, even if you're back in your business, you're doing treatments, you are busy, don't forget about the digital platform, the social media presence that you have created for yourself. So you've created a lot of awareness, you have stayed in connection with your existing clients, you've probably built a lot of new consumers. Stay on digital. And don't go anywhere, stay on it, stay relevant, and start planning your theme for the upcoming week. So we know that a lot of stores are opening tomorrow or they're opening on Wednesday. Some have already opened today, but the theme for this week is we're back in touch. So start thinking about service posting, start thinking about hygiene. We're back in touch, but our hygiene has never been higher. So really start thinking about what is the theme for next week, or for this week, for next week. That means putting a little bit of an Excel spreadsheet together. Now, I know we have lots of spreadsheets and there's sheets for everything, but I promise you, if you could put a little bit of a calendar together where it talks about what is my theme, what is the month that I'm in, what is the season that I'm in, what does my audience consist of? So my audience, for, let's say, Melissa's Skincare Center here in Johannesburg, 70% of my followers are from Johannesburg. So what is happening in Johannesburg at the moment with the weather? What should your skins be feeling like, as an example? Okay, so look at what is the season, what is the region, what is happening to the skin. A lot of us are wearing masks. A lot of us are talking about an increase in breakout activity since we've been wearing the masks. Is that something I want to be talking about now that I'm back in touch? What can I do to help you with your skin? So think about what's coming up. If there are any deals that are, so not necessarily now, I'm also talking a little bit more long term, so in the next month, 6 months, going forward, what do my deals look like? Opening of the stores, am I talking enough about it? Not just the post, a generic post of we're opening. Get on live or pre-record a video that says, we are here, we are open, and we are back in touch. Any type of innovation launches, often you see brands talking about the innovation. You often see brands repost or skincare centers repost what Dermalogica has said. But again, get creative and be original. in your content. And the best thing that I can share with you is, if you are nervous to go live, you don't want to just do that, pre-record your videos. And a tool that we've really learned over the last few weeks is kind of write your script out, think about what you want to say, read through that a few times, make it natural, talk from the heart, be genuine, be authentic, and then you go ahead and record your video. 2 minutes, even 1 minute maximum, short, impactful, and exciting. And so that's kind of going to start you off, and then please, please, please get live. A lot of the page followers increase when there's more lives, and people share their lives. You know, you can create a competition, you can create a deal, you can create a voucher. There's so much that you can do around getting people to share your content. And then, like I said, lastly, what's really going to help you in gaining consumers is going live. Get them to, let them get to know you, showcase who you are. And also a big thing is to showcase your professional skincare therapist. So you have got incredible therapists in your business that are very, very knowledgeable, and all they want to do is change skins and change lives. So on, Instagram or on Facebook, get them to share who they are, what do they love doing, why do they love being a therapist. Get your ladies talking on lives or on pre-recorded videos. That way, as a consumer, when I watch that, I say, wow, I really like her. I like her ways. I like how she talks. I like how she presents herself. I would love to have a treatment with her. So it really does bring that personal connection and relationship building into it. Another thing that I just want to share with you, I've spoken really a lot about going live, videos, but I do know that we often get a little bit tired of videos and we think, oh my goodness, it's enough. I'm tired of doing videos. It's exhausting. So when I talk quickly just about posting, I mentioned it a little bit earlier on around being original, create your own posts. There's a fantastic app called Canva that you can please go ahead and download. It's available on Android and iOS. So Canva, C-A-N-V-A, fantastic templates. It gives you options for Instagram posts, Facebook posts, so you can design and create your posts around those specific sizing for that social media platform. You can bring your own pictures in, you can bring words in, you can choose your colors. So that's a really, really great app to use to help kind of design your social media images. And then if you want to put videos together and you want to do that yourself, of you talking or of your store or deals that you've got, and you want to create kind of loops of that playing, a really great video editing app is InShot, InShot. Both of these platforms are free. They do have, of course, like any other platform, they do have paid options where you can get premium, usage out of it. But I've been using the free versions, and they've been really, really so fantastic to use, easy to use, and really, really good quality. So, please go ahead and think about when you are posting your images and your videos. If you're posting a video of you talking, you're going to make sure that your caption is short and sweet. Don't let your caption talk for what you're going to be saying in the video. So if you're going to be talking about stress and skin and breakouts, your caption needs to be, short and sweet. How does stress impact your skin, and what can we do about it? Something short, impactful. I want to read it and say, oh, I want to know. And I'm going to watch the video. If you're going to be having pictures where you've just got a product, or you've just got 1 or 2 words on the image, your captions can obviously then do the talking for you. But again, really bullet point, short to the point. You do want to try and avoid long posting, because Instagram, specifically Instagram, it is a very visual platform. Too many words, too much writing, you're going to lose me and I'm going to scroll to the next one. So really do keep that in mind, short to the point, impactful captions, use bullet points because my eyes can pick up the words. I can kind of summarize what you're trying to say. And then, like I said, digital, it's not going anywhere. Please, you have all done phenomenal on your social media platforms. Keep it up. Really, it's an opportunity now to reinvent ourselves and recreate our brand, you know, being in store, being back in touch, but also having the phenomenal digital presence that you have created. Keep going at it, because what it also means is perhaps the consumer that never walked into your business before, they might have been scrolling on social media, they might have come across your brand, and they might have you know, started following you, listening to what you have to say. If you stop that, you're going to lose that consumer. If you continue that, you're going to continue the relationship. She will come back into your business. So digital is not going anywhere. Let's take advantage of it. Let's use it to our advantage. Showcase whatever is new, exciting, and happening in your business. Put it on social media, especially your younger generations. That's where they are. What are you looking at on your phone? Oh, I'm on Instagram. Okay. And sharing. People share a lot. So make sure that your images have bright colors. It's impactful, but not overwhelming. Have a hero in the image. One thing that's really going to talk to me as I'm looking at it, whether it's an image or a video. So I really do hope that this has encouraged you to go and have a look at, do you have a social media plan for your business? I know over the last few weeks, we've kind of just been, you know, waiting to see, am I going to have a date? When can I open? But now we've got a plan. We are opening. We are open. So make noise about that and share that. If you need anything around, you know, any tips and tricks that I can share with you around social media, please, you're more than welcome to get in contact with me or Angelique or any of the other educators that might be in your region, Lucinda, Janine, and Otisha. And Yanine. We are absolutely here to help you and guide you through the new part of our new normal, which is very much digital and very much back in touch. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you, everybody. If there anybody with a question, let me just see in the chat box. Karina said, thank you, Melissa. Wonderful webinar. So if anybody has a question that they would like to ask Melissa right now while we have her here, more than welcome to ask. If there's no questions, then we're going to say bye and we'll see you again next Thursday. This Thursday. Sorry, this Thursday.
Thank you so much, everybody. Thank you, Francie.
You're welcome, Mel. Thank you again.
You're welcome.